Whew. All right, guys. Let's start that all over again, shall we? I hope this is working out. Damn you, YouTube. Welcome, everyone. Red Eye Reviews live on a Friday night. Physical therapy. Every Blu-ray and 4K I bought in the month of May. So, physical therapy, I usually go over all of the 4Ks and Blu-rays that I buy in a given month, and I talk about them. Are they worth an upgrade? Should you buy them? Things like that. Wow, that really got me off to a bad start there. I'm sorry. I got to apologize for that. So yeah, that's the thing here. This is a first in physical therapy history. We are working out the kinks, and usually I do these edited, and I take a long time to edit them, and I, throw in a bunch of clips and a bunch of humor and funny edits. And I don't have that at my luxury this time, so I'm going to do it really off the cuff and just fly by the seat of my pants here and hope that things work. So, yeah. So if you're unfamiliar with us, we talk about movies, we talk about physical media, and right off the bat, I'm going to start with the first pickup I got in the month of May after I take a swig of this energy drink. So the first thing I got in the month of May is Tombstone on 4K from Disney. Now you might be wondering why this does not look like the steelbook you might have purchased. Well, that's because this is the UK version. You purchased the American steelbook. You probably got it for about 40 to 60 bucks. And when those were released, they came out at 60 bucks. And I was not paying that for a steelbook only release. So I sought other channels to get this movie. And it was as easy as going to the UK and importing the UK's edition of Tombstone. And you'll notice it comes with a slipcover and a regular standard Amaray case. So, in my mind, that's a better deal. And I got it for a lot cheaper than the MSRP of 60 bucks. I realize now that some time has gone by, and this and Willow, which I've also picked up on standard 4K from the UK, this and Willow are now down in price. So they're now going for about 40, 46 bucks. So that's, Disney feels like they're giving us a deal, like they're, doing us a favor. And, honestly, it's not. So I went with the UK version, and you can't go wrong with this. As for the movie itself, Tombstone is a 90s classic. It's a Western classic. It's something, if you're a fan of movies, you need to watch this. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, the late great Val Kilmer, man. This is a movie, man, hell of a movie, hell of a Western if you've never seen it. Everyone gives fine performances. It's got a star-studded cast, whole bunch of people. Billy Bob Thornton's in it, Sam Elliott. I mean, it's littered with people in here, and it's one of the best Westerns ever made. And fight me on that one. Yeah, it's a modern Western, but I love it nonetheless. As again, for this transfer, the transfer is amazing on this 4K. It's got Dolby Vision, and it's miles better than that old craptastic Blu-ray that Disney released back in the day that had some horrible black crush on it, on the picture. And this really, takes that a step up and makes this image look a lot better. It was a joy to watch this on 4K from start to finish. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Next up, They Live on 4K. One of John Carpenter's best films, dealing with aliens coming to Earth. Rowdy Piper is got some sunglasses that expose the aliens to him, and he has this amazing classic epic fight sequence with Keith David in an alley which I've been to, and they have a fight sequence there, and I won't say anything else, but it's epic, it's legendary. So They Live on 4K. Yeah, it's a bit of a step up from the Blu-ray. It's an upgrade for me. I had the Blu-ray, and from what I've seen of this already, just the little bit that I previewed, it's pretty good. It's got a nice filmic appearance to it. Yeah, it's one of the older Shout Factory 4K masters, but you know what? It beats the Blu-ray by a mile. I enjoyed it. Totally worth the price point, picking it up for. I got it for about 25 bucks at Amoeba. Oh, wait, that's right. My graphics don't appear here, but I got it at Amoeba Records, and pretty good price for this John Carpenter classic. Love it, hands down, favorite. No, not my favorite, but Prince of Darkness or The Thing or Halloween. Those are my three favorites. Anyway, next up, I got a big bag of mamushka for you. Addams Family on 4K. So last physical therapy, I told you guys I got Addams Family Values on 4K. Had to go and get the first one just to kind of complete it. I'm a big fan of both of these movies. I will defend them to my death. They are a big part of the 90s, a big part of my childhood. As most importantly, I remember the cereal boxes coming out for these when I was a kid. When I was a kid, had a big crush on Christina Ricci. It was age appropriate, don't worry. I remember even on the cereal, we got the little flashlights, and man, I think I still have mine somewhere. But anyway, I'm getting off course here. Addams Family, one of my favorite 90s comedies. Barry Sonnenfeld, who's an underrated director in my opinion, knocked it out of the park by making this movie because it was something that could have easily been screwed up. But he didn't. He made it fun and worthwhile. And Raul Julia, oh my God, I forgot about Raul Julia. One of the greatest actors of our time. A shame that he's no longer with us. He is fantastic in both of these movies. And I mean, everything is in, even Street Fighter, you know. But anyway, I'm getting off course again. Addams Family is amazing. I have only previewed this on 4K, and it looks a lot better than the Blu-ray, but I haven't really gone in depth with it, so whatever. I got this to round out the collection. I really wish that it had came in a 2-pack from Paramount, as you know, 2 4Ks in one package, but I think Paramount's wise to that, and they're going to make us pay for each movie individually, and then maybe way later down the road give us a 2-pack. But you know, you never know with them. You never know. They're Paramount. So I can recommend Addams Family as a movie. Now, as for an upgrade, maybe worth your mileage, maybe not. But for me, to have these both of these movies in 4K, worth it. Next we got Wayne's World on 4K. So another instance of Paramount and the dreaded 2-pack where I wish and we should have gotten both this and the sequel on one package from 4K from Paramount, but no, they want to split it up, make more money. Okay, we get it. But I figured if I had to go with any of these movies in 4K, I'd go with the first one because it's very, you know, it's nostalgic for me. It's where I kind of started to learn about Queen. My dad took me to see this when I was a kid. Great memories there. Yeah, he loves this movie. My dad. Wayne's World, it's an amazing 90s comedy from the, you know, mind of SNL and Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. Party on, Zeth. And, you know, it's fun. It's 90s fun. It's just what the 90s were about, which is, well, fun. And like I said, to get this on 4K, I think I was glad to get it on 4K because the Blu-ray that I had needed a major upgrade. The soundtrack was also, they restored the soundtrack on this, and by that I mean they changed it to where they added the little blip in the movie where Mike Myers plays the beginning of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. On all the other versions before, it was something different. On here, it's the actual chords. Oh, Led Zeppelin and your copyright. You guys are just ridiculous. So anyway, back to the movie. Wayne's World on 4K. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but from what I've seen, it is an upgrade. It's worth your time, and hey, it was worth mine to get it. And you know, so what that the other one isn't in 4K? Oh wait, it is from Kino. The sequel is on. The sequel's available from Kino, but honestly, I like the sequel, but I don't love it. So I'm not like too invested on getting it right away. It's not something I want to go run out and buy for $25. It's something if I see for $10 at a used store or a you know, a swap meet or something, I'll grab it. But for now, I'll stick with my Blu-ray. But for the first one, from what I've seen, I could say upgrade your Blu-rays, guys. Wayne's World on 4K is party time awesome. Excellent. You know. All right. Now I got a little hidden gem for you guys. This is something, I don't know. It's a little different. Warning sign on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to see for a long time when it was on DVD, and then it went out of print and it was really hard to find, and then Shout Factory released it, and I'm sure it's about to go out of print in another couple of years, any day now. Warning Sign is an interesting little movie. It's a very self-contained movie about a virus trapped in a building, and it stars Kathleen Quinlan and oh my God, Yaphet Kotto is in it. It's not crazy like Outbreak, but it's a really crazy little like psychological thriller. It really messes with your head, and there's some interesting character work that's done here. And like I said, it's not really showy like Outbreak. It's not bloody. It's not too violent. It's not a gore extravaganza, but it's a neat little thriller. And I think I got this for about $12 used at oh man, I forgot I don't have my graphics again, but I got it at Rasputin Music used. Represent Rasputin Music. Yeah, $12 used, couldn't go wrong. So if you can catch us on streaming or anywhere else, I say check it out. It's worth a watch. Now, if you want to buy it, that's up to you. What year did it come out? Let's see. I'm going to say 1985, if my old eyes aren't lying. So, yeah, it's an older one. That checks out. Speaking of older ones, next title I got for you is a cult classic and something all of you 80s and 90s kids are going to know all about, and that is River's Edge. Oh, man. This is a movie. This movie is effed up. This was released originally by Kino a few years ago, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong. I don't have the power of editing, so my memory is on full display here. So forgive me if I make some errors. River's Edge is a neat little flick starring Keanu Reeves and Dennis Hopper and Ione Skye and Crispin Glover. Yeah, as I forgot his character's name, but you will remember his acting because, man, it is the best acting ever. I mean, that's just a sample of like what he's like in this movie. But anyway, this is a pure like late 80s, early 90s movie that, I mean, it's not, I want to say maybe it was more taboo back in the day. It was more shocking back then, but even now, like just the indiness of this movie, the rawness of it. I don't know. I watched it the other day to check out this transfer, and man, the transfer, by the way, was actually pretty good. This is a re-release company called Sandpiper Pictures, and like I said before, Kino came out, and that was pretty much out of print for so long, and no one could get their hands on it for a decent price. Now I think it's a little bit more affordable, but still crazy. But I got this for, I think it was $10 to $20 used. I got lucky. So I know Sandpiper also released Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 on Blu-ray recently, and those are going for about $20, $25. But then Shout Factory just announced Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 on 4K, so, pick your poison on that one. Back to River's Edge. Really, really like this movie, especially after multiple viewings. The transfer on this, I think it's fine. It's about the best we're going to get. I mean, unless someone like flipping Criterion comes out and like does a 4K on this, I don't know if even, I don't even know if Kino's going to redo this on 4K or not. And to be honest, like I don't know. It's just like how much of this can you restore? How much better can it look? I mean, this does have grain on it. There is some film grain, so you smoothers beware. But definitely a nice little, I won't say nice, but it's a nice slice of 80s, right? Yeah, 87. Nice slice of the 80s. Keanu Reeves in his early days. Ione Skye. Oh man, this movie's great. Check it out. Next up, we have a movie that I'm a little shocked to say that I've only seen once. And while I don't remember a whole lot about it, I do remember that I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. And that is Exorcist III on 4K from Shout Factory. So Exorcist III, in my mind, it's the most truest sequel to The Exorcist. Not that we really needed one, but after Exorcist II is just, stinking pile of garbage, with the exception of a few things. This, to me, maybe it doesn't need to be called Exorcist 3. Maybe it just, I think that's what they sold it under, was just to get that name recognition. And while I understand that doesn't like beleaguer the fact that this is just a good movie nonetheless, whatever you call it. I liked it a lot. Amazon had this on sale for about $15 not too long ago. well, back in May, obviously, and I had to bite. I had to. So, $15, little man. I got Exorcist III in my hand. Now, when I'm going to get a chance to watch it, I don't know, but I hope it's soon because, like I said, I enjoyed it the last time I saw it, and hopefully I enjoy it more the second time. But for $15, I could not go wrong with this. Exorcist III. Yeah, excuse me, but that's the downside of lives is you're going to see me drink my energy drink here and there. Back to Blu-rays. Next up, I have a nice little hidden gem. It's not so hidden, but it's kind of a hidden gem in this actor's filmography, kind of. The Saint, starring the late, great Val Kilmer on Blu-ray. This is from Paramount. This is an older Blu-ray, but sadly, this is the last release of this we got, if I recall correctly. The Saint, it's kind of a spy thriller movie. I don't want to say there's a whole lot of action in it, but for what it lacks in action, it makes up for plot and character and just Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Shue, like kind of just stealing the show. Yeah, it's not the best. It's not Jason Bourne, but I like it. It's definitely something to keep you interested. It's not boring. If you're invested into it, like you will be invested, and you're done. You're gonna watch the whole movie. You're not gonna turn it off. So, The Saint, interesting little movie, pretty damn good. I got it at Amoeba for $8. Pretty shortly after Val Kilmer died. Like I said, it was in May. So I mean, I thought all this stuff would be gone, but I was pretty surprised to see this on the shelf, and even more surprised to get it for $8. So, The Saint, yeah, I can't say anything bad about it. Pretty damn good, worth checking out. Yes, solid soundtrack. Cheers to that. All right, next up we have a super out of print, hard to find. Oh my God, I can't believe I found this kind of Blu-ray. And that is Starlet on Blu-ray. So Starlet is a film from Sean Baker of Anora fame. And this is one of his lesser-known films, I want to say, because I didn't even hear of this when I started looking into Sean Baker a couple of years ago, because all I saw was Florida Project and Tangerine. Starlet is an interesting little piece. It's about a young woman living in LA who's in her 20s, and she goes to a garage sale and she buys a vase. And in this vase, she takes it home, and in the vase, there's a bunch of money. And she goes back to the old lady she bought it from, and she basically is going back and forth in her head about giving the money back. But while she's talking to the lady, she decides to kind of like be her friend and like help her out with daily chores and just like get to know her a little bit, things like that. It's a really interesting little indie film from Sean Baker. Of course, I don't know if I'm spoiling anything by this, but you're watching the movie and this plot is unfolding, and then all of a sudden, about 3/4 of the way through, there's a scene, and it kind of lets you know what the young woman does for a living. And I won't say it's shocking, but it was shocking that like what they were allowed to get away with on this. But it's kind of shocking because I think if you didn't know or had no clue at all, it would literally hit you out of the face like from dusk till dawn. You would just be like, "Whoa, vampires!" Like, "Whoa, boom, what is she doing?" But for all in all, I really like Starlet. It really is just a damn good indie film, and it shows you what basically you can do with a couple of great actors and a camera and a good solid script and a little bit of improvising. And Sean Baker never disappoints in that category. In fact, since the Renaissance has been going on, and before that, I got into him with Red Rocket. And since about that time, he's been on my map. And I've been watching all this stuff. Starlet, definitely one to pick up if you can. You're probably only going to be able to find this on DVD, and even then it's going to be a high price. But I kind of feel like Criterion might release this down the road. You never know. I got it off of eBay for about $38, kind of in a lucky way, and I'm really glad to get it because I want this on physical, and glad I got it. It's really hard to find. All right, next up, we got something I picked up at a little store called Zia Records. in Arizona, and that is Night of the Creeps on 4K. Night of the Creeps is one of my favorite movies. Full disclosure here, fight me here, I like it better than Monster Squad. Just saying. Just saying. Monster Squad, I've got memories, but Night of the Creeps, to me, it's the better film. Find me in the comments. What do you think about Monster Squad versus Night of the Creeps? I don't know. Again, Night of the Creeps guy. So anyway, thank you, Brett. Watch those words, Spanky. Yeah, all right. Well, this one's got Tom Atkins in it. So I'm going to say right there that already elevates this to a higher level. So Night of the Creeps is basically it's an alien invasion movie, and it's not a comedy. It's not a thriller. It's kind of it's a horror comedy basically. It's got like unknown actors in it. Like they're not really like big names in it. In fact, no one really is except for Tom Atkins. But man, it's basically about a young guy who wants to get in with the fraternity so that he can impress a girl who's going to a sorority. And aliens have come to Earth, and they are little worms, and they possess you by going into your mouth, and you become dead and go on to infect the next person. Night of the Creeps, it's just a classic. I love it. It's got so many like little one-liners and just like little jokes and things like that. It's just, I don't know. I love it so much more than Monster Squad. Sorry, Brett, but Night of the Creeps, fantastic. I have not had a chance to check this out on 4K. Sadly, however, I see that the 4K is only available on this on the, it's the director's cut. The 4K is only on the director's cut. So if you're looking for a 4K of the theatrical, you're only going to get it on Blu-ray in here. So yeah, I never owned this on Shout Factory Blu-ray, so I figured the old Blu-ray, which was crusty, to this was a pretty good upgrade. So I got this for about $30. Yeah, it's a steep price, but hey, that's what Shout Factory 4Ks are going for these days. But if you're a big fan of the film, I say check it out, because to me, even having this on 4K as the director's cut, that's good enough for me. Now, if it's, it might be a deal breaker for you, but hopefully not. This movie's great and should be seen by more people and spoken about more. So, highly recommended. Yeah, the first Blu-ray release is pretty damn crappy, but it's still solid. It's okay, no big deal. Next up, I have a true hidden gem for you in every sense of the word. I love this movie, and I've only just seen it within the last month. Heavenly Bodies on Blu-ray. Heavenly Bodies is a nice little piece of Canadian film history. Basically, it's a Flashdance ripoff, and it stars the great Cynthia Dale from the original My Bloody Valentine. I just love her. She's just so GD cute, and this is her movie. She owns this movie. She is a dance instructor named Samantha, and she builds basically a workout studio from the ground up, and she wants to, be famous and help people work out. And that's exactly what happens. Her studio takes off. It gets so much business. She's at the top of her game, getting interviews, getting more people in by the day. There's a little romance subplot in there. Then there's a little plot that I think is pretty damn great, where it's kind of like she has to fight to keep the studio. And I don't know, this movie is just so delectably 80s. It just won me over instantly. It's really easy to get. It's about $17 on Amazon right now, so it's not hard to find at all, but it's not something that a lot of people have seen. But I hope we can change that, because this is just such... I love it so much. Just talking about it now, I want to see it again, and I'll probably watch it tonight or tomorrow in a drunken stupor or something like that. It also starts out with a Sparks song, so any movie that has that, hey, you've got my vote right there. But anyway, hidden gem, Heavenly Bodies, great little piece of Canadian film from the 80s. Cynthia Dale is great. Again, I can't express how much I love her in this movie, and in general, just rock on, sister. Heavenly Bodies, highly recommended. It's a brand new Blu-ray, and it's pretty damn cheap. It won't break your bank. Oh, real quick, while I'm here, I even got the soundtrack, just purchased on vinyl. Yeah, I love the movie that much. Gotta say it. I mean, the soundtrack was cheap. What are you gonna do? All right. Next up, we have another 80s film that I am sure a lot of you are going to recognize, and this time it's an upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K, and that is Career Opportunities. So, yeah, it's an upgrade from Blu-ray, but it's an 80s movie. I love it a lot. It's got Jennifer Connelly in a tank top for a lot of it. Go ahead, cancel me for that, but I love it. It's amazing. It was the 80s. It's got classic Target, you know, like I also love this movie a lot because it captured what Target used to be in the 80s and the 90s, because Target really didn't change until around the 2000s. Like for the longest time, Target stores remained the same, more or less. I'm getting off topic here. I have not had a chance to check this out, but from some of the screen caps I've looked at online, they do look like a major upgrade over the Blu-ray, also from Kino. So, you know, this is from Kino as well, but, you know, Kino re-released on 4K. I'm a sucker, so I bought it. Thank you, Jennifer Connelly. This is not a John Hughes movie. It's kind of billed and talked about as a John Hughes movie. I believe he just wrote it. I think... Oh, and produced it too. He produced it and wrote it. Checking my notes. Yeah, he did not direct it. Also, like Dutch, but that doesn't mean these are not great movies just because John Hughes didn't direct them. This is not the best either, but it's a snapshot of the 80s. It's got Jennifer Connelly. What can you say? I had to get it, so worth an upgrade if you have the Blu-ray. If you don't have any release of this at all, just skip all that and go right to the 4K if you can. Highly recommended, just on the movie alone. All right, next up, we got something I was pretty amazed I got, even though it was a catalog title and readily available on Amazon, and that is Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is something that I didn't see until recently because I just never thought I had the time to sit and watch a talky submarine movie. But with Gene Hackman dying and Tony Scott no longer with us, I thought, hey, what better time to check it out? It's also got Denzel Washington, who was arguably one of the best living actors alive. I know I said alive twice. Crimson Tide. If you're in for a pretty damn good, like intense, dramatic submarine movie where Denzel and Gene Hackman just bounce off each other for 90% of the movie, this is it. Really solid piece of the 90s. I'm really kind of mad that I didn't see this earlier. I kind of am kicking myself for that, but at the same time, I don't know how. I mean, I'm sure I would have loved it no matter when I would have seen it, but glad I saw it anyway. Excuse me. Quentin Tarantino, if you didn't know, also did some rewrites on this movie. If you've never seen it, you'll instantly know what I'm talking about, and that's the little speech about Silver Surfer. How more relevant than ever that speech is. God, the Fantastic Four is going to suck. Anyway, Crimson Tide, this is the only way you're going to get it on physical release right now. Highly recommended movie. It should be cheap, but I think when I was looking for it, it was kind of the stocks were doing this. They were going up and down. So I got it when it was up, and I got it for the normal price of $7 or $8, and I got it pretty quick. However, the only problem, and you'll be interested, physical media fans, to see this, is that this is no longer a Disney release. It's now a Mill Creek release. So if you can see right there, there's that little Mill Creek logo on the disc. You can even see it right here. So this is one of the new Disney Mill Creek editions where it's no longer a Disney disc. It's been put out by Sony. So that doesn't mean the picture quality is any better or worse, that the special features are missing. In fact, I checked and all the features are here. Nothing's been removed. You're just going to have that ugly little Mill Creek logo on your disc and your box. So if you're If you don't want that to happen, I don't know what to tell you, because maybe if you buy it now, these are the only pressings they're going to put out from now on. So your mileage may vary on that. But as a movie, Crimson Tide, highly recommended. Little drama, little thriller. Gene Hackman, Denzel. Hey, winning combo. Next up, I have something I can't talk a whole lot about because this kind of does the movie kind of, it does the talking for me. Unearthed and Untold. I almost said undead. This is a Pet Sematary documentary. This is something that kind of flew under the radar for a while and was something I tried to find for a while just to watch. And then finally it was available on all the streaming services and I couldn't get away from it. So I found it on Blu-ray for about $10. And, you know, what else can you say? Yeah. Pet Sematary documentary. I remember enjoying this. I remember liking the stories, but I don't remember much more of it. Like, there was nothing that really blew me away about the making of this film. I'm sure if I watch it again right now, there might be some interesting anecdotes, but it's been so long since I've seen this. It was worth the 10 or 12 bucks I paid just to have it in my collection and guarantee that I could watch it anytime I want, because with streaming, you never know if it's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. So 10 bucks, 12 bucks, whatever it was, worth it. This is from Synapse Films. I had to look because I wasn't sure, but I remember being from Synapse. So there you go. Next up, we have a blind buy, and you're going to be kind of shocked that I haven't seen this because it's an 80s Steven Seagal movie. Oh yeah, but I got it for $1. Above the Law on Blu-ray. I don't know what else to say about this movie other than I can't wait to watch it. It includes the theatrical trailer. Whoop-de-doo. Because I can't speak of the movie, I will speak on this a little bit, and it's okay. Yeah, I thought it would be just okay, Brett. I mean, it was $1. I'm glad I didn't pay 10 bucks for it like I almost did, but $1 seemed a lot more, a lot more feasible. But I will talk about this real quick, and I'll say that a lot of times on the videos on this channel, all the physical therapy episodes, you might see me talking about a Warner title I got, like Snakes on a Plane, or you know, something from the 80s or 90s that you might be taboo, or you know, just antiquated because, you know, manly man and action movies and, you know, blah blah blah. So I'm starting to notice that there are a lot of boutique labels are starting to pick up on some of these Warner Brothers titles. So I wouldn't be too surprised if movies like Above the Law or Out for Justice or Under Siege get a release from somebody like Arrow, from, you know, like a 4K release in the future. It doesn't seem impossible at this point, to be honest. So, you know, with that said, picking this up for $1, hey, worth it in my opinion, because that way I get to watch it, I get to check it out. If I don't like it, I can get rid of it. It didn't cost me much. If I love it, it just goes right on the shelf, or, you know, more accurately in the stack over here on to my right. And you know, then I have it forever until Arrow or somebody decides to put it out. But anyway, $1, worth it. Brett says I'll dig it. I'll probably dig it. It's old Seagal, so, you know, there you go. Next up, and I won't go on about this one, Witch on 4K from Second Sight. So The Witch is my favorite Robert Eggers film. Yes, Brett, that's a very good point. Disc rot is prevalent on a lot of older Blu-rays, like Warner Brother titles, and a lot old Lionsgate titles, for example, have that. You could tell with those Lionsgate ones, if they have a silver, like holofoil look to the covers, those are more likely the ones that are older, and they're more likely probably have the disc rot. So, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that that's part of it too. But for now, I'll keep the Warner Brother titles just for safekeeping. Back to The Witch. Robert Eggers. This is one of my favorite. This is probably my favorite Robert Eggers film. Yeah, and you know, it's an upgrade, but I did a whole lot of research and reading, and I could have went the cheaper route and for half the price got the 4K from Lionsgate from The Witch instead of the second sight. But a lot of people online, I saw a lot of screenshots and a lot of people's comments online that basically told me that this was the better bet, and to spend double the money on a safer bet, that seems like the safer bet. I'm no longer the younger, careless guy I was, and I'm no longer the guy who was broke all the time. So paying double for something I really, really love, hey, why not? Got it off of eBay, really, really glad to pick it up. I have not had to check it out in motion, as they say, but I'm sure I won't be let down because, like I said, I came from the Blu-ray. This should be an easy upgrade in my eyes, so hey, can't wait to check it out. Highly recommend it if you can get it. It's the UK second sight, so you're not going to find this in, you know, American stores or on Amazon. I mean, you'll find it on Amazon, but this is the UK version. You can see there's a little rating symbol right there, but highly recommended. Next up, we have one of my favorite films of all time, and this was kind of something I went back and forth on. Do I even buy this? And that is Election on 4K from Paramount. So I have the Election Blu-ray from Criterion, and I am a huge fan of this movie, so much that I really went back and forth on both of these releases. This one has the better extras. This one has, for the most part, the better picture quality. I really, really, really enjoyed watching this version of it all the way through the other day. This is another one of those movies where I put it on, and no matter what I'm doing, I stop and I start paying attention, and I get lost in it. And before you know it, the end credits are rolling, and I procrastinated whatever I was supposed to be doing. Election's one of my favorite films, so what can I say? But at this point, I don't really know what the difference, how I feel about both of these releases. It's like they both have their strong points, where it's like I wish I just had one release that had the strong points of both of these, but that would be too much, right? In 2025, that's way too much to ask for. Way too much. But anyway, if I can recommend the 4K of Election from Paramount, yeah, I would. It's about $17. It dipped out of stock there for a minute, which made me question if I was even going to get this shipped to me or not. But luckily it did. It made it. And it's still available now, if I recall correctly. And it's still about 17 or 18 bucks. The movie itself, 10 out of 10. Greatest of all time. The 4K Blu-ray, I give it about 8 or a 9. I mean, I noticed some people online said something about some macro blocking in some scenes and some issues with some close-ups and some of the camera work they did, because they do a lot of pauses and like scene transitions and stuff. That stuff really didn't bother me. And if that stuff looked a little wonky, it's because this is a late 90s film. They were doing it all on film, and things like that were a little wonky because we weren't into digital yet. And I think that makes this film look a little more authentic. So if I had to edge with which one had the better movie presentation, I'd go with this one over the Criterion. But the Criterion has some pretty good, solid extras, I do have to say. So pick your poison. Next up, we have another little bit of late 90s just awesomeness, because the late 90s were fucking flipping awesome. And that's The Faculty on 4K from Shout Factory. So here's the problem I have with this, and I'm looking at the back because I've only in fact, I've watched the whole movie, but I only watched that first disc. I never got a chance to put the second disc in. The first disc of this has the movie in 4K, Dolby Vision, looks and sounds amazing. A big upgrade from that old crappy ass Blu-ray. Yeah, The Faculty rocks. Thanks, Seth. Love this movie. A little hidden gem that's not really a hidden gem anymore, because a lot of people are like now catching on to this. And that's fine, whatever. But us real ones remember we were there first. Nah, really. It doesn't matter when you've seen this. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Anyway, back to this. What I didn't like about this was that this was a premium price 4K from Shout Factory. It's a 4K, and it was about 30 bucks. I had some credit, so I didn't pay 30 bucks for it. But like, there's nothing on this. On the second disc, it's a Blu-ray, and all the Blu-ray has are a few commentaries. And I don't know about you, but I'm not the hugest fan of commentaries, especially from random people like the makeup and creature effects artist, interview with production designer, Oh, okay. It's a couple interviews. I'm sorry. It's not a commentary, but there's a couple interviews, and I'm sorry. That just seems a little light for a $32 price tag. What the hell, Shout Factory? So while I appreciate the movie presentation, the extras on this, very, very lackluster. And I mean, what can you say? It's better extras than what was on that original Paramount or Lionsgate Blu-ray, but um, I don't know. I don't know if I need a whole bunch of extras for this movie. If they come out with a separate cut of this or some like deleted scenes, like put back into the movie or something, yeah, then I'd bite. But I think for now, this is the last version of this I'm gonna buy, if ever, if for a while. But as it is, the movie presentation gets an A+ for me. Highly recommended. All right, we're almost done. We're almost there. We've got 4 titles left. Flying through it tonight. I just a little mad about that little snafu in the beginning. But it's live, baby. Next up, we have another pick that I got at Amoeba Music in Hollywood just a few weeks ago. And might I stop and just say, this is the same time that I was shopping at Amoeba. I saw the great master of cinema, Christopher Nolan, shopping at Amoeba. Didn't get a picture, autograph, didn't even get to talk to him, but it was pretty damn crazy seeing the man in the flesh, only a foot or two away. Anyway, back to the haul. What I picked up that day, also Kids on Blu-ray from Umbrella. So Kids, I know it's, yes, the man. Just wish it would have worked out a little bit better. But Kids is a nice little piece of 90s cinema that I love a lot. It's very near and dear to my heart because when this came out in, I think it was 95, all the parents, all the uptight conservative people who are now the counterculture, they were up against this movie. They were up in arms. It's so sexual. It's X-rated, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's an effed up movie. I'll definitely say that. But where indie cinema was at the time, this fit right in there. In fact, it helped propel the indie cinema movement of the mid-90s. And, I think the other thing too was like, because all these people bitched and moaned about how bad they thought it was, it only made people like me, who was a kid in 95, I was 14, it only made people like me want to see it even more. And so guess what I did? I went and sought out this movie and found it on bootleg VHS. And I watched it at home when my parents weren't there one day. And I'm glad I did, because it was a pretty messed up movie. But anyway, long story short, Kids is a movie about basically a day in the life of a bunch of kids in New York. And it's shot like documentary style. It's very like, on the fly kind of thing. Very, very guerrilla filmmaking. Just, again, I don't know. It's a landmark of 90s like movies or teen movies. It just crossed that barrier between like the teen comedy we were getting and like real like independent like cinema at the time. So it just blurred that line between things like Election or American Pie, which wasn't out yet, I know, but it blurred the line between like comedy and drama movie all about, well, kids. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't Clueless. It was raw and in your face, and it basically said, hey, listen up, it's not all Clueless. So yeah, I had the DVD of this, and I know this is a movie shot on, I think it's 16 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's shot on a very low film stock. It's gonna look rough, but I don't see a 4K of this coming around, and if I do, it's probably going to be 30 or 40 bucks. This was about 30 bucks. I had some credit at Amoeba. Why not? Haven't checked this out yet, but I'm really anxious to, because it does have a documentary called We Were Once Kids. And it's a documentary about the making of this movie. And I'm really interested to see that, because I really want to know a lot more about this movie, because for a while there, we didn't know a whole lot about it because it was popular in the pre-internet age. Anyway, I can't recommend the presentation, but I can highly recommend the movie. Kids, don't watch it with your parents in the room. Next up, we have another pickup I got from Amoeba, and it's a 4K upgrade, and I'm going to totally switch gears here with the type of film it is, and that is Deep Impact on 4K. This was pretty damn cheap at Amoeba. The Blu-ray was kind of crusty, you know, it wasn't really the best. I believe it might have been an old VC1 transfer. I don't know, maybe. But for a low price and a Paramount 4K, 10 or 12 bucks, I figured this was worth it. Deep Impact is basically one of the Comet movies from the mid-90s. It came out the same summer as Armageddon, and they were two very different beasts. And Deep Impact was the more serious, like realistic and like dramatic approach to a comet hitting the Earth, and Armageddon was a little bit more of the Michael Bay in-your-face action, comedic kind of take on an asteroid. So you know, while yeah, you have two asteroid movies in the same summer, they're both different beasts. And for the longest time, I never seen this, and I gotta say, I didn't see it recently, but I saw it late enough to kind of appreciate it more than I would have in the summer of, what was it, 98, I believe. Deep Impact, highly recommended. It's got some great performances. Morgan Freeman, Téa Leoni, Elijah Wood is in this in a minor role. Great little movie, great little slice of the 90s again. I think it was worth it. 12 bucks, 4K used at Amoeba. Why not? All right. My last pick from Amoeba, and that is Pi on Blu-ray. Now, this is from ViaVision in association with Lionsgate. This is a import Blu-ray. Now, I had to double check and make sure this worked because it's a Region B import here. I had to make sure that it worked before I bought it. So long story short, I had the DVD of this for the longest time, and it was kind of garbage looking because it was one of the first DVDs, especially from Lionsgate, and those were really, really, really bad with like the picture quality. Oh, they were so bad. This feels like a little bit of an upgrade, and to me, it's kind of the only upgrade I need because A24 recently released this as a 4K in one of their like special major crazy uber like lofty box editions. I like this film, but I don't like it enough to pay like 50 or 60 bucks for one of those editions. So I saw this at Amoeba used. I think this was 20 bucks. No brainer. Pi is the story about a man who is constantly thinking about math, and he's I mean, it's been a while since I've seen this, but if I recall it correct, he's kind of autistic, and he just has this way with numbers, and there's this like little thriller subplot that gets thrown in there, and you know, it's black and white. It's Darren Aronofsky's like first or second film. Really, really messes with your head in more ways than one, physically and literally. I am not a math student. I hate math. I'm English major, drama major. So math doesn't really blow my skirt up. So a movie about a guy who's good at math, but with a thriller subplot in there and like shot on this like, again, low film stock and black and white and just, you know, indie gritty guerrilla filmmaking. Hey, that was enough to balance out all the math and make me enjoy this film way back when in the 90s. Have I seen it in a long time? No. So I'm going to be really anxious to see how it holds up now. I mean, it should hold up, right? Anyway, if you can get this, this is probably the best way to go. It will play on your American Blu-ray player, but there's no way I was going to pay 50 bucks for a 4K from A24. Get out of here with that. Like A24, I understand you guys have the store and these like lofty special editions, but like also make some like scaled down, like simplistic, like regular versions for the rest of us who don't want to pay that crazy amount of money. Like, I don't know. It's just nuts. Like they need to make affordable versions of some of these movies because yeah, it's exclusive. I get it. You're trying to create exclusivity, but you're just kind of pissing people off who want to buy these films and not spend an arm and a leg. So I don't know. There's my rant. Sorry, Brett. Yeah, kids and this are both old and are just, yeah, we're old. It's crazy to think. Like at kids, I was 14 hiding this from my parents. Oh well. With that said, we are at the very last pick of the evening. I can't believe this
we haven't even cracked an hour, and I think this would have. I'm glad it turned out the way it did, but I really wish it would have worked out a little better with the kinks in the beginning. So next time I do this, in fact, if there is a next time, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me do this live version again. I promise it won't be as messed up, but I think it goes a lot better for the format. I think spending days and days editing an hour-long video when doing one live version, it just seems so much more easier and better. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you prefer a live version of this or if you want me to go back to editing. I know some of you like the cuts and the little like cutaways I do, so I appreciate that too. But if I'm going to go this route to live, you really got to let me know if you want it or not. So let me know. With that said, last movie of the night, it's a doozy. It's a special one. From the creators of South Park, Team America, The Book of Mormon, Orgasmo, to name a few. Cannibal, the musical, on Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. So this was originally titled Alfred Packard, the movie, based on Alfred Packard. I guess he was a real-life guy in Colorado. I don't know. Basically, the South Park guys, this is their first like movie, and it's really, really low budget. It's a trauma film, shot in 4:3 aspect ratio. Starring Trey Parker. You know, I saw this a long time ago after I'd seen South Park and was, impressed by South Park. Oh, they made a movie, and I went and sought it out and found it on DVD and loved it. Didn't think I was going to love it. I thought it was going to be corny and stupid. And yeah, it is a little corny. There's a lot of like corny little like musical numbers. But Trey Parker and Matt Stone are really, really good at musicals and that like blending the music and the comedy. And you see the roots of Team America and basketball and things like that in this movie. You see the yes, we can build a snowman and we can name it Shannon. I'm glad someone else has seen this. Thank you. This again, this is something that's kind of, it's culty, it's tongue-in-cheek. It's really not meant to be taken seriously as avant-garde cinema. It's just a fun little time, and it's basically about Alfred Packard, who is like seen as a cannibal, and then he gets on trial for being a cannibal. And it's also a musical. It's trauma. It's just I don't know. I don't know how else I could sell you on this other than guys from South Park, musical, cannibal, trauma. Hey, you sold me. Vinegar Syndrome put out this Blu-ray not too long ago. Now, I know they have an edition with the hardcover slipcover. I don't give a crap about that. I just want the movie in the best possible version, best possible video and audio. So I went with the $25 Blu-ray standard edition, running theme of this channel. That's fine with me. I did have a chance to preview this. I watched the DVD not too long ago, and it looks like crap. It's ancient. So if you have that and you're in need of, if you're on the fence about like getting this on Blu-ray, highly recommended. Get it. It is going to look a little bit darker, even though this isn't a 4K or like, some sort of like crazy restoration work. I think it's because the detail, like so much of it was lost, and the restoration process just like brought out some of that. So you'll notice a difference going from the DVD to the Blu-ray, but I kind of think like once your eyes adjust, or once you kind of adjust to that little bit of like increased darkness, you won't worry about it. You'll settle in and watch the movie and enjoy it for what it is, because that's what this is all about. First and foremost is enjoying the movie, and then getting all anal about the specs and all the ways you can watch it and different versions, etc., which is also what this channel is all about. So anyway, I can highly recommend Cannibal the Musical. Highly recommend it. Love it. It's a great little comedy. I think he says, have a spodoinkle day or something like that. So have a spodoinkle day to you too. Anyway, that does it for my haul this month. Check me out next month, whether I do a live or not. The first title that I'm going to have for you, it's going to be Super. And it's going to be a box set. Can you guess what that might be? Anyway, also coming up, I have I'm going to do a review of 28 Years Later. I'm really thrilled to hear that Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are back behind the camera and behind the pen, so to say, on this one. So you're going to get a review of that. Yes, happy Friday the 13th. I almost forgot because today has been such a crazy day. Happy Friday the 13th. I don't have any Friday the 13th titles to show because I have them all already. I got that awesome Shop Factory box set that you should also get too. What else can I say? I also am going to have some smaller videos coming up in the next month. Also, again, next month's episode of Physical Therapy, give me a vote below whether you want to see it live or edited. I think I might do live. But yeah, that does it. I'm also sorry I don't have an intro for you because, again, it's live and it's going to be really hard to do a live intro, especially in that format, because I really don't want myself for a video. Anyway, with all that said, thank you very much for joining with me, bearing with me through this experiment we've done here tonight. Keep physical media alive. Don't forget to like this video, share and subscribe to the channel, and as always, keep those eyes red, baby. See you next time.